Welcome learners, I am your mathematics guru Shivani ma'am, and today I am there with another very important topic of book 1, which is application of integration. In fact, this particular topic is not only there in your HSC syllabus, but it has wide application in all CBSE, ISC syllabus also. So when we talk about the application of integration, we are actually going to apply definite integral over here. And we've seen in the last part only that how we calculate the definite integration. Usually one question will be asked from this, around 4 marks, but those 4 marks are in your hand if you understand this concept. Not a very typical question will be there. Standard formats are there. Now, as such, integration as the concept is having a lot of applications in various science fields, engineering fields, researches, etc. But when we talk about the application in case of the commercial areas or in just basic thing, we are restricting ourselves in this chapter to finding the area under the curve. Now, the curve can be a quadratic curve, a parabolic curve can be your ellipse, circle, okay? Even a curve under straight line also will be there. So, area under the curve will be calculated by using the definite integration formula over here. Before we understand that, let's first understand the kind of curves which can come into picture. So, first one we are talking about is the standard form of parabolic curve. The equation is usually y square is equal to 4ax. The figure is in this direction, you can say the curve will be there. We are going to make the coordinate graph x and y axis, and for y squared is equal to 4ax, the graph is going to be towards the right hand side. Similarly, for minus 4ax, same thing, but the graph will be towards the left hand side. Okay. Now, the third one which we are seeing is x square is equal to 4by. This graph is going to be upwards over here. So, when you can see that, ये graph आपका ऐसे आएगा towards the upper part, that is the positive side of the y-axis. Similarly, जैसे आप negative करोगे तो nothing else, it's just going to be downwards like this. Okay? Otherwise, the graph part will be, the pattern will be the same, the shape will be the same. The next important figure over here is an ellipse. Now, ellipse का जो equation होता है, that's of the form x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Now, when you make it, it's like, you can see that egg shaped है ये ellipse. Okay? ये end points आपके a और ये end point आपका minus a है. This point is b and this end point is minus b. Okay? So, when you know the end points over there, you can simply make this figure over there. The same thing can be there upward ellipse also, where the value of b is more than value of a. So, ye aapka a and minus a, and then this will be b and minus b. Now, when we calculate the area under the curve in ellipse, actually we can only calculate this part first. And then we multiply it by 4 to get the whole figure. Okay? That will be seen just now how to go ahead with this. Now, let's see how to use definite integration to find out the area under the curve. Now, see, if a curve is given to you like this. See, this is the curve given to you. The equation is y is equal to fx. And you have to find out the area between two values of x is equal to a and x is equal to b. So, simply the area will be the definite integration from a to b fx dx. You just have to apply the formula, put the value a and b, and then get the final answer. That will be the area under this particular curve. Same thing will happen when we talk about y square this. So, it will go between this line and the y-axis. Here, the formula is definitely x is equal to gy. So, when you put over there, it will be gy dy. आपका base जो होगा वो variable y हो जाएगा. Next, here is, if you're going downwards, say this sort of curve is there. Again, calculation based will be same, a to b and the area. But what if a curve is going in two different quadrants, not just single quadrant, like in two different quadrants? Say this is the curve going in first quadrant here and the last fourth quadrant here. Here we can't use a direct formula. We have to calculate the area from x is equal to a to this point t, and then from x is equal to t to b. So two separate areas we'll calculate and then we'll add them together to get the final answer. So the area will be a1 plus a2 ka complete area. Same way we can go with the straight lines also. So if y is equal to 2x is the line over here, this is the thing. So between 0 to 4, we'll get the area of this part, and then between minus 2 to 0, the area of this part. And then for the final area, we'll be adding them. Definitely keep that in mind, area will never be negative. So whatever you are getting, it's the mod value of that which is your final answer. Now again, if the curve is like this, so as we have seen, the area which we can calculate is always the area under the curve and between the axis. So if we are having the equation y is equal to x square, this is the thing. So the area will be between these two lines, x is equal to 1 and 3, and under the curve. Okay, if you have to get something above the curve, then we'll be applying and thinking in a different manner over here. Okay, so this is how we calculate the things. First step for doing the question is to make a figure. Here, rough figure. Now the figure need not to be done with like accuracy and the values need to be correct. No, only the shape has to be correct. So when you make a shape and rough values like x is 1 and 4 over there, please mark the area first, which you have to calculate. Once you have marked the area, then just put it into the formula, because A is the area below x-axis, area above x-axis, and then put the formula and get the final answer. Fx will always be given to you in the question itself. In case if you have to give the area like this from 1 to this area, so since we have seen that we can calculate area only under one coordinate or quadrant, so here again calculate this area and multiply it by 2, because it is the exact reflection. So you can write area under the curve is 2 multiplied by 0 to 4, then fx dx. So this is how we are going to go with the area under the curve. Similarly, when we are talking about ellipse or a circle, we can get the area in one quadrant and multiply it by 4, because the whole coordinate system divides the ellipse or a circle in 4 equal areas. So when we multiply by 4, we'll get the final answer over there. So this between two lines, if they are saying, then we'll take those two lines given to us and calculate. In this manner, the full area can be calculated. Now there is one formula which was not there earlier in the integration part, as it is involving a little bit of trigonometry. But this can be used in finding the area of the under the ellipse. So in this formula, root a square minus x square, integration is actually equal to x by 2 under root a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sine inverse x by a. Now the question can come, what is sine inverse x by a over here? So in general, majority of the cases, we are getting sine inverse 1. The value of that is pi by 2, and we are getting sine inverse 0, and the value of that is 0. So this formula, which is given in the book, is mainly only applied in case of ellipse. Everywhere else, we are going to use the formula which we have learned earlier. So now after all this thing, we will do some questions from the exercise, and that will help you in understanding the chapter in a better manner. Now let's start some questions from the exercise. Now let's take the first one, y is equal to x to the power 4, x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 5. You can see the question over here. So when we put this question, first thing is get the figure of that. Now in case if you don't remember the shape of the parabola, it's always easier if you remember the shape of the parabola. But in case if you don't remember, then also you don't have to worry. आप थोड़ी सी values के साथ वो shape of the parabola बना सकते हो. So let's take, मैं थोड़ा straight line बना दूँ, ये थोड़ा curvy हो गई थी. So ये x and y coordinate हैं आपके यहाँ पे. and x की value is given है x as 1 and x as 5. This is x dash, this is y dash. Now when you see the formula, y is equal to x to the power of 4. So when x is 0, y is 0, the figure will be this. यहाँ पे point आएगा. When x is 1, y is also 1. So we get this figure, this point will be there. When x is minus 1, y will be 1. So we can get 1 point here. When x is 5, y will be 5 to the power of 4, which is 3, 1, 2, 5. So it will go somewhere like this. So एक हमें rough figure मिलेगा, which is showing the direction of the parabola. So once you get this rough figure, we don't have to go with actual values. We are just going to cover the area which is required by us so that we know this is the area under the curve which we have to calculate. So this figure 100% compulsory नहीं होता है, but it always adds up to your answer. And sometimes some teachers definitely want the figure over there. So always better to make the basic figure over there. And then area under the curve will be equal to integration. The lower limit of integration will be 1, upper limit will be 5, and we just put the formula of x to the power 4 dx because this is the curve. Y is equal to x to the power 4. So once we get this, then it is a simple definite integral problem. Put the values over here. That is coming as x to the power 5 by 5 to the power of 1 and 5. Now first substitute 5 over there. So this is 5 to the power 5 by 5. Then substitute 1 over there. So which is 1 by 5. Okay. So when you put this value, what are you getting over there? 5 to the power 5 is 3125 divided by 5 minus 1 by 5. And your final answer will be 3124 upon 5 square unit. Please remember, since we are calculating area, it has to be square unit. You won't be writing square centimeter or square meter because we don't know the actual dimensions or actual unit of the question. So this is how the question can be completed. Now let's take another one, say which is having a straight line over there. So let's take a fourth question over there. Question states 2y is equal to 5x plus 7, and then two lines are given to you, x is equal to 2, x is equal to 8. It always helps if you make the rough figure. Y is 5x plus 7 whole divided by 2. So let's take when x is 1, what will be the value of y? So when x is 1, value of y is 5 into 1 plus 7 by 2, which is 12 by 2, that is 6. So we get one value when x is 1, y is 6. This is 6 over here. Then when x is say minus 1, because we can get the fair idea with this only, minus 1, so it is 1. So this line is actually going to give the equation to y is equal to 5x plus 7. Once you get a rough idea, just make the straight line over there. And then we are going to go with the boundaries. X जो आपका given है वहाँ पे, that is 2 and x as 8. So as soon as you get this thing, now this is the area which you'll be able to calculate using this figure. So now area under the curve will be 2 to 8. Y is actually 5x plus 7 by 2 dx. Okay, then it is very easy to calculate the integration of this thing. You can take 1 by 2 common and this will become 5x square by 2 plus 7x, and this goes with 2 and 8. Put the values. So this is half 5 multiplied by 8 square, which is 64 divided by 2 plus 7 into 2, 14. This is the first term. 7 into 8, sorry, 56. First we'll be multiplying by 8 thing. And then get 5 into 4 because 2 की value put करेंगे upon 2 plus 14. Calculate them separately and then you'll get the final answer. So this will come as altogether 160 plus 56, which is 216. Here it's 10 plus 14, which is going to be 24. And then when you calculate the whole thing, your final answer will come as 96 square unit. Please don't forget to write the unit, square unit. So in this manner, we can get the area under the curve here. One more question let's take to make you understand that sine inverse formula, because we have not seen that thing right now. The question, let's see, is find the area of the circle x square plus y square is equal to 25. So when I'm talking about a circle like this is actually the area of the circle having radius 5 centimeter, because the general equation of circle is x square plus y square is equal to a square. So here a square is 25. So we'll make the whole circle. This point is 5, this is 5, this is minus 5, and this is minus 5. Now when we calculate the area, we can only calculate this particular part with the formula. And once we get this part, we multiply it by 4 to get the final area of the figure. So first write this equation in the format of y is equal to something. So it will become y square is equal to 25 minus x square, and then y is under root 5 square minus x square. So when you're calculating the area of the circle, write the full thing. Area of the circle. We are not only talking about area under the curve, we are talking about area of the circle. This is coming as 4 times, because ये 4 parts हैं ऐसे same equal area के, 4 times under root 5 square minus x square dx, and dimensions will be 0 to 5, because this is 0, this is 5. Once you get this part, then you have to come to the equation which was solved, or the formula which was given to you earlier, that was dealing with the sine inverse thing. I'm just putting the formula here for your reference again, so that you know which one I'm applying. Now when you see this one, 4 keep it out, and then I'm left with x by 2 over here. So x by 2 under root a square minus x square, which is again 5 square minus x square, plus a square by 2. A over here is 5, so this is now 5 square by 2 sine inverse x by a. Now this is your formula which is coming, and then you are putting the value 0 and 5. See, I've shown it here, the formula is there, and I'm applying it so that you can get the idea exactly how to apply it. Now first we'll put the value as 5, and then we'll put the value as 0 to get the final answer. I'm doing the final answer here. So when we put this 4 x by 2, first I'm putting 5, so it is 5 by 2 under root 5 square minus 5 square, which will become 0. So ये term आपका गायब हो जाएगा. Plus 5 square by 2, which is 25 by 2, and then sine inverse 5 by 5. ये आपका पहला पार्ट है. Then I'm putting 0 over here. तो 0 by 2 आते ही ये टर्म पूरा 0 है, no need to write any other thing over there. And then plus 5 square by 2 sine inverse 0 by a, which is 5. Okay, put the value of a as 5 over here also. जब आप यहाँ पे कर रहे हो तभी आप उसे x by 5 डाल दो. So you know कि this is a. Now once we get this thing, just बहुत सारे terms already cancelled हो जा रहे हैं. तो 4 times this becomes 0. This is 25 by 2 sine inverse 1. And they have given sine inverse 1 की value है pi by 2. ये पूरा का पूरा term जो है 0 by 2 already 0 है, और ये भी term आपका जो है वो 0 ही हो जाएगा, because the actual effect of sine inverse 0 is 0. So once you get this complete thing as 0, your final answer will be 4 into 25 by 2. Sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. This will get cancelled, And your answer will be pi into 25, or you can say 25 pi square unit. Okay. In case if you people remember the formula of area of a circle, which I'm sure you should, the area's formula is pi r square, and you can easily see over here. It is pi into radius square. Radius was 5, so you're getting the same answer. So in this manner, this particular chapter can be done. Only one exercise is there, and mainly one question will be there in the examination. Make the figure, write the calculation clearly and solve, and don't forget to write the square unit. So along with this, I'm sure you people are studying. So study hard, and I'll see you people in the next video. Bye-bye. Take care.